NATO troops encountered severe resistance in southern Afghanistan over the weekend. U.S. General Petraeus is calling the offensive in March the start of a long campaign to win over the people. But the question is the plan working? Well, Jake Diliberto is a member of Veterans for Rethinking Afghanistan. He joins me to weigh in on the civilian casualties and also the NATO approach in Afghanistan. Hi there, Jake. So 27 civilians dead after NATO airstrikes, including 4 women and 1 child. You know, one of the key elements of U.S. strategy over there in Afghanistan is to win the hearts and minds of the local population. But when we look at these numbers, I mean, what does this mean for U.S. efforts over there?
Well, it's a tough environment, Dina. There's no doubt that the U.S. forces are sitting in a hotbed of Taliban-controlled territory. They're doing their best to secure the territory and to not harm civilians, but they have 2 problems. One, it's difficult to assess the enemy from the local population because you don't have a uniformed enemy. The other problem you have is that you've got the Taliban hiding amongst the civilian population. So it's a real difficult task. It's going to be a difficult road going forward. I think what's going to happen here in the near future is that you're going to see the Allied commanders taking a more strict response to really identifying the Taliban insurgents. And I think that civilian casualties are a real problem for the Allied forces, and it's something that's going to happen when you go to war. It's an undeniable reality, and it's really a lousy situation.
You know, Jay, coalition troops actually raised the Afghan flag in March of last week, but there's still fighting going on. It doesn't look like the battle is over yet. What is going on over there? Are things actually under control, or are we going to see a lot more fighting, especially in the weeks to come?
Well, it's kind of sticky because here's a scenario. When you kill innocent civilians, you have unintended consequences of creating more enemies. So the Taliban are going to find some sort of recruiting techniques as a result of this. So somebody who may be on your side today, if you have the unintended consequences of killing civilians, their family may join the Taliban overnight. So you have a growing threat as a result of civilian casualties. And the U.S. and the coalition forces winning or finding victory? It's tough to say. I think that the real scenario we're going to see is that it's going to be a grueling, long-term process, like General Petraeus said, and the likelihood of victory, if you will, over the insurgents. I don't think you're going to see that. I think that you're going to see a bargaining chip made in the near future, and that bargaining is going to bring some sort of reconciliation program like Hamid Karzai had said in London he wanted with the Taliban leadership.